Fam, what's going on? It's Kyle Henderson. The breaking update on January 8th at 1:05 p.m. Central Time. Brandon Howard of Rivals.com is reporting that Kendrick Blackshire is expected to enter the NCAA transfer portal. This would be a big one for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, this is just out there. I mean, literally just a few minutes ago, again, coming from Brandon Howard of Rivals.com that is saying Kendrick Blackshire is expected to enter the transfer portal. Now, when you look to Kendrick Blackshire, it's been an interesting ride for him. He's going to be a rising senior, 6'2", 233 pounds, out of Duncanville, Texas. Didn't see a lot of action during his time at Alabama. You looked at 2021, he played in 9 games, recording only 3 tackles. 2022, played in 8 games, recording only 6 tackles. And then this past season, played in just 7 games and had a total of 16 tackles. So career-wise, 25 tackles in 3 seasons. I think that when you look to Alabama's inside linebackers, and run the thumbs up on these videos, fam. I appreciate you guys being here. If you guys are just checking in, Kendrick Blackshire expected to hit the transfer portal, according to Brandon Howard of Rivals.com. When you look to Alabama's inside linebackers, you have Deontay Lawson coming back. You had Jahad Campbell coming back. Those guys are going to be 2 of the most dangerous inside linebackers in college football. So where are you going to see Kendrick Blackshire? You know, if he was to stay at the University of Alabama, I think that's why Ian Jackson hit the transfer portal as well. So I think this is big news. This is significant when you look to guys leaving the portal. And you know, I think the writing's on the wall with the way that Jahad Campbell played this past season. I mean, no way was Kendrick if Kendrick Blackshire didn't jump him now, then why would he, looking at Terran Arnold's official message leaving to the draft as well. A lot of news to keep track of. But if Kendrick Blackshire didn't jump Jahad Campbell this season, then why would he stay? I just don't get it. So, you know, but on the other side, I mean, if you're in the 2 deep, which I think Kendrick Blackshire would, you're just 1 play away from being the guy. So, I mean, it's tough to see these guys exit the program. But then again, I mean, Kendrick Blackshire, I mean, he has waited. I mean, shoot, he's been here, you know, for the past, 1, 2, 3, got here in 2021. Remember Kendrick Blackshire when he first got here? He was like completely Diesel, this dude that you like would create on a video game. And now he's exiting out of the University of Alabama, expected to hit the transfer portal. That is from Brandon Howard of Rivals.com with the scoop on that. Other things that came up today, you had Malik Benson committing to the Florida State Seminoles as a wide receiver. Malik Benson came here as a junior college transfer this past season. So he was here just 1 season at the University of Alabama. It is the second prospect that Florida State has picked up from the University of Alabama. Of course, we spoke about Earl Little Jr. this morning on my morning show. And then you have, you know, Malik Benson joining up and going to Florida State as well. So those are 2 additions that Florida State has added from the University of Alabama. I think the biggest upside is probably Earl Little Jr. I mean, I think that guy's going to be an absolute baller. I think he would have played in some capacity this past season. Malik Benson, I don't know. What's your take on Malik Benson? Drop it inside the comment box. Not hating on the kid. I just think when he did have opportunities, and then when Alabama did go to Malik Benson, I felt that he dropped a couple in some key games. So whatever, you know, wish him the best. And I think he will. I do like him as a wide receiver. I think he's nice, honestly. But, you know, just couldn't do it here. And then when you look to the depth chart of the returning wide receivers here at the University of Alabama, I just think it was going to be hard for him to get on the field. So those are the news. Everybody's Isaiah Mendoza's like, what the hell is wrong with these kids leaving? I think it's NIL, and if you don't play me, I'm leaving. I think it was Chip Kelly who said, "Look, if you don't play a player by halftime, or if you're losing by halftime, players are going to hit the transfer portal." Kendrick Blackshire, this is a big one. So, I mean, not monumental because you know he wasn't going to be a starter, but he's going to be in the 2 deep. Same thing with Earl Little. You had Jake Pope, so there's a ton of guys that have transferred out of Alabama. And don't think that anything's wrong with Alabama. I've said this many times. It is part of the process. I mean, last year, I think they had 17 guys that left the program, and Coach Saban said that there was really only one that he felt should have stuck around. I felt that was Aaron Anderson. A lot of people had different opinions about that. But yeah, now it's out for sure. Kendrick Blackshire has entered the transfer portal 24/7, also confirming that report for Brandon Howard. What do you guys think about Kendrick Blackshire hitting the transfer portal? Are you guys surprised by it? Other guys that we've recapped just to kind of put a list together include, and this was before the Rose Bowl, you had Anquin Barton. These are alpha, but what I did was I kind of listed them before the Rose Bowl up to this point. So that's how I'm going to read them out. Anquin Barnes, Earl Little Jr. transferring to FSU, Eli Holstein transferring to Pitt, 2 guys to the ACC. Isaiah Hastings, still don't know where he's going to end up. You have Jake Pope. I felt that was big as well. Ja'Cory Brooks going to Louisville. So 3 of the guys going to ACC schools. Christian Story don't know he's going to go. Malik Benson going to Florida State. Update that. I kind of have like this running list that I keep tabs up. Florida State. Miles Ketzeman, he's a tight end. Don't know where he's going. Malkel Goodwin going within the SEC, going to South Carolina. Roydell Williams, don't know where he's going. Seth McLaughlin going to Ohio State. Shaz Preston, not sure. Terrence Ferguson hit the transfer portal as well. Don't know where he's going. And then Tyler Buckner of Notre Dame, or going back to Notre Dame. And he will be playing lacrosse. So checking my phone just to see what else there is. The news don't stop, right? Tonight you got the college football championship. I was asking you guys who you guys think is going to win tonight. I guess I'm going with Michigan. I have Michigan winning, I don't know, 31-28. I think it's going to be tight. I think the total for this game is 55. But, Michael Penix Jr. is certainly a baller for Washington, so I know that game's going to be tight. I don't know what's going to be tight. I've been wrong on Washington this entire year, but I wanted to come on just real quick and talk about Kendrick Blackshire. Any other questions while you guys have me on during the midday report? It seems like there's always, some news to track. I mean, I have my phone on, and it's like one guy. And it was interesting because the transfer portal window is closed, but there are some exceptions, to the rule. And of course, I think there might be a couple more from what I understand. I don't know who those guys are going to be. That's why I still think that Alabama adds some. Even if it is during that spring window, I think that Alabama will still add to the roster from 2024 in terms of the transfer portals. Who do we have at the inside linebacker room now? Well, when you look to Alabama's current roster, there's you have 2 guys that are going to be right in the fold, and that is going to be Deontay Lawson and Jahad Campbell. Those guys absolutely 1,000,000% can do everything you ask them to and more. And I think when you look to other guys that could potentially see time down the road, you have maybe a Sean Murphy, a Jeremiah Alexander. How about Jeremiah Alexander, who's going to be a sophomore? I think that we could, maybe see him. And those guys have to move up. Justin Jefferson is still on the roster as well. And then new guys, Sterling Dixon, Justin Okoronkwo, Caden Jones. So those are the guys at your inside linebackers. And then outside linebackers, I think you're fine. I just think there's going to be a lot of competition there. So you have Q-Rob, you have the 2, really 3 freshmen that were redshirted, Keely, Pierre, and Russo, and then Keanu Coop. Don't forget about him. Going to be tough shoes to fulfill, right? Replacing Dallas and Chris Broswell. So this is just a breaking update in terms of Kendrick Blackshire hitting the transfer portal. Big news with the linebacker who was going to be a senior. I felt he would have been in the 2 deep. Be curious. I think it's going to kind of hurt to see where, I said this earlier, where Roydell is going to go and where Kendrick is going to go. Like, you don't want to see them. You're like, oh man, because those guys are going to do well other places. What we want them to do is, I think it's still just going to hurt a little bit. Going to sting. Crimson Brave is saying, I'm done keeping up with these shit birds entertaining the portal. Literally, these putts are entertaining the portal after a true freshman season. This is the way it is, man. It's crazy. And that's why I don't, these prospects that are like, for the next 3 to 4 years, it's like for the next 1 to 2 season. And if I don't get playing time, I'm going somewhere else. And I love the fact, like, when they on their on the graphics that they're saying committed. Now they're committed. You're supposed to be committed when you got here. Malik Benson, if you guys missed it, going to Florida State as well. So this is just a midday report for Monday, January 8th, you got the national title. I'll be on live as news happens. And I wanted to jump on and talk about Kendrick Blackshire hopping into the portal. My name is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Run the thumbs up. Really helps the channel. I appreciate you guys being here. And stay tuned. There could be more news coming your way right here on Bama Football on YouTube. But Kendrick Blackshire hits the portal. Malik Benson has made his commitment to Florida State. So more news coming your way right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Talk to you guys soon.